You clean and scrub, buy special cleaners, wipe daily, and yet you still feel that your home is never as clean and fresh as you'd like. Perhaps it's not about your effort, but about what you think you're doing right. What if I told you that many of your cleaning routines are based on completely false assumptions? That there are so-called cleaning rules that have been drummed into us over the years, but in reality do more harm than good. In this video, I expose 12 widespread cleaning myths that not only waste your time, but often cost you unnecessary money because you're using products incorrectly, cleaning too often, or simply following the wrong advice. And myth number 7, it's so deeply ingrained that almost everyone believes it, and this exact myth causes one of the most common household mistakes. So if you don't want to clean twice as long for half the result, then definitely stay tuned. Because from today on, you'll clean smarter, not harder. Myth 1, the more cleaning product, the better. This myth is one of the most persistent and expensive. Many people believe they're cleaning especially thoroughly when they simply use more cleaner. An extra splash here, a double squirt there. After all, it should get really clean, right? Wrong thinking. The problem is that too much cleaning product can have exactly the opposite effect. Instead of working better, it often leaves a smeary film behind. This residue not only attracts dirt more quickly, but can also damage surfaces, not to mention that you have to wipe much more often. And that costs time, energy, and hard cash. In practice, this means read the instructions on the label carefully. Manufacturers don't specify the optimal amount for nothing. 1 tablespoon of cleaner per liter of water is often more than enough. Those who overdose usually harm themselves and their wallet. The advantage of letting go of this myth? You need less product, clean more effectively, and protect your furniture and floors in the long run. And you save because you get twice as far with 1 bottle of cleaner. Myth 2. Vinegar is ideal for every surface. Vinegar, the all-rounder in the household, right? That's what many think. And yes, it's true. Vinegar is a real natural talent for cleaning. It dissolves lime scale, neutralizes odors, kills some bacteria. But, and this is important, vinegar is not universally applicable. The problem starts when it meets sensitive materials. Marble, for example, becomes dull and stained from vinegar. Natural stone can be attacked. Silicone joints become porous. Even some wood surfaces lose their shine through the acid or get damaged. And this often happens gradually. You think you're doing something good, but you're actually ruining your furnishings bit by bit. How can you avoid this? Use vinegar only where it's safe. On smooth, non-sensitive surfaces like tiles or glass. And even there, always dilute it. For example, 1 part vinegar to 3 parts water. And always test new surfaces in an inconspicuous spot before you start. The truth is, not every home remedy is automatically harmless. Even natural cleaners need knowledge and care. When you leave this myth behind, you not only protect your furnishings, you prevent long-term, expensive damage. Myth 3. Disinfecting is always better than cleaning. In recent years, the idea has taken hold that a truly clean home is a completely disinfected home. Disinfectant sprays are used everywhere, on countertops, door handles, even on the sofa. Sounds like safety, right? But caution. Disinfecting is not always better, and often even unnecessary. The core of the problem lies in the misunderstanding between cleaning and disinfecting. When cleaning, you mechanically remove dirt, dust, and many germs. When disinfecting, you specifically kill bacteria or viruses, but only on completely clean surfaces. So if you disinfect a dirty surface, it accomplishes almost nothing. Even worse, the excessive use of disinfectants can promote allergies, irritate sensitive skin, and in the long run even encourage resistant germs. Not to mention that many of these products smell strong, contain alcohol, or can even damage surfaces, especially on wood or plastic. In practice, this means, in a normal household, thorough cleaning is completely sufficient. Disinfection is only necessary when someone is sick or there are special hygienic requirements, such as in the kitchen after contact with raw meat. When you let go of this myth, your daily life becomes more relaxed. You save money, avoid unnecessary chemicals, and your home still remains hygienically clean. So it's not a sign of negligence to not disinfect everything, but of smart household management. Myth 4. Only clean windows in sunshine. A beautiful sunny day, perfect weather to clean the windows, right? That's exactly what many people think. But this is one of the most common cleaning mistakes ever. Because even though the light helps with cleaning, sunshine is the enemy of your streak-free windows. The problem lies in the heat. When sunlight shines directly on the glass, the surface heats up quickly. As soon as you spray on your glass cleaner, it immediately begins to dry before you can properly wipe it off. The result? Smears, streaks, and in the worst case, you have to clean twice. Many people then wonder why their windows never look completely clear, even though they cleaned them in the best weather. And that costs time, nerves, and unnecessary cleaning product consumption. The solution is surprisingly simple. Windows should be cleaned on cloudy, cool days, or in the early morning or evening hours. Then you have enough light, but no direct sunlight. The cleaning agent stays liquid longer. You can distribute it calmly and wipe it off streak-free. A small trick from practice. Use a squeegee and a microfiber cloth alternately. This way you achieve a shiny result without any polishing afterward. And you'll be amazed at how much easier and faster it goes. Conclusion? The myth of the perfect sunny window cleaning day costs you more effort than it's worth. And when you let it go, you'll achieve significantly better results with less effort. Myth 5. Vacuuming is enough. Mopping is overrated. Many people believe that vacuuming is completely sufficient to keep the floor clean, especially if you don't have children or pets. After all, the vacuum cleaner sucks up everything, right? Wrong thinking. Because those who only vacuum and don't regularly mop overlook a crucial part of cleaning, the invisible dirt. The problem lies in what the vacuum cleaner doesn't catch. Fine dust, skin flakes, grease particles from the kitchen. All of this often remains behind and literally sticks to the floor. Especially on tiles, laminate, and wooden floors, this creates a fine film that is not only unhygienic, but can also damage the surfaces over time. Many only notice it late. The floor looks dull, sticky, or even changes color, despite regular vacuuming. The misconception that vacuuming is enough then leads to unnecessarily expensive deep cleaning or care products that wouldn't have been necessary at all. The solution? Combine both, regular vacuuming and weekly mopping, and damp, not wet. With a microfiber cloth or a spray mop, you can clean quickly and effectively without soaking the floor. This should become routine, especially in the kitchen and hallway. What does this bring you? Your home feels fresher, looks better maintained, and you significantly extend the life of your floors, and all with minimal extra effort. Because a well-thought-out mopping process often takes less than 10 minutes, but saves you much more in the long run. Myth 6. If it smells good, it's clean. This myth is particularly insidious because it not only feels logical, but is often linked to positive emotions. The fresh scent of lemon, lavender, or sea breeze immediately conveys the feeling, it's clean here. But a pleasant smell does not replace real cleaning. The big problem is that many people begin to equate smell with cleanliness, and then prefer to use room sprays, scented candles, or air fresheners instead of actually cleaning. But this way, you're only covering up the dirt instead of removing it. Even worse, some of these products settle on surfaces, leave sticky residues, and attract even more dust and dirt. Another risk: fragrances can trigger allergies, cause headaches, or burden indoor air in the long run. Especially in small, poorly ventilated rooms, this can even have health consequences. In practice, this means you don't recognize cleanliness by smell, but by clear, fresh surfaces. A truly clean home smells neutral, not artificial. The natural smell of soap, fresh air, and some lemon water, properly diluted, is completely sufficient and much healthier. The advantage when you let go of this myth: You save on unnecessary scent products, become more conscious of the air quality in your home, and develop a finer sense for real cleanliness. Not what a product pretends to be, but what you can see and feel. Myth 7. Wood surfaces should never be wiped with moisture. This myth persists stubbornly, probably because we've learned that water and wood do not go together. And yes, too much moisture can damage wood, but never wipe with moisture is just as harmful as too much water. Because if you never clean wood surfaces with moisture, fine dust, grease, and dirt settle into the pores over weeks, and this makes the wood look dull, gray, and unsightly over time. The misunderstanding lies in the definition of moist. Many immediately think of dripping wet rags or buckets of water, but in professional cleaning, moist means well-wrung cloth, slightly dampened, not wet. This is exactly how you can clean wood surfaces without endangering them. In practice, this means use a microfiber cloth that you slightly dampen, ideally with a gentle cleaning agent or simply clear water with a splash of mild wood cleaner. Wipe in the direction of the grain without pressure and immediately dry afterward. No water should be left standing. What happens when you do this regularly? Your furniture retains its shine, its color, its elegance. Small crumbs and grease films from everyday life disappear before they settle. And you need significantly less furniture polish or special cleaners, because the basic care already works. This myth costs many people not only time, but also money in the long run, because they believe they're protecting the wood by sparing it, but in reality, they're leaving it uncared for. When you internalize the principle of proper damp wiping, your home will immediately look better maintained, without you having to make more effort. Myth 8. The hotter the water, the better the cleaning. This myth sounds logical, doesn't it? Hot water kills germs, dissolves grease, brings shine. And yes, in some cases that's true. But hot water is not always the best choice and can actually cause more damage than help. The problem begins where material and surface are not made for high temperatures. Microfiber cloths lose their structure and cleaning power with water that's too hot. Laminate floors can warp, plastic surfaces become dull, and some cleaning agents even lose their effectiveness at high temperatures or react chemically incorrectly. Many people think they're doing something especially thorough when they mop with almost boiling water. But what they often don't notice, residues aren't better dissolved but burned in. Surfaces get streaks or lose their shine, and then there's the personal risk. Spilling hot water quickly risks scalding. So how to do it right? Warm but not hot water, about 30 to 40 degrees, is completely sufficient in most cases. It's pleasant to use, gentle on materials, and combines well with cleaning agents. Especially with floors, glass, plastic, or sensitive furniture surfaces, you should always check what's recommended beforehand. The direct benefit: you protect your materials, extend the life of your utensils, and still achieve hygienic, thorough cleanliness. And you no longer have to worry about whether you're destroying more than cleaning when you clean. Myth 9. More fragrance, more freshness. In many households, a strong, fresh scent is simply part of cleaning. Room fragrance dispensers, perfume floor cleaners, scent gels in the bathroom, all of this is supposed to convey freshness. But here lies a dangerous fallacy. Strong scent does not automatically mean clean air. On the contrary, the big misunderstanding is that an intense smell suggests cleanliness. What is often overlooked, many of these scents merely cover up unpleasant odors without eliminating their cause. The trash can doesn't smell anymore, yes, but the dirt is still there. The floor smells flowery, maybe, but is it really clean? Added to this is a health aspect. Artificial fragrances, especially in high concentration, can trigger headaches, skin irritations, asthma attacks, or even hormonal disorders. Especially in households with children or pets, these products can do more harm than good. What works better? Real freshness comes through regular airing, natural cleaning agents, and removing odor sources. Instead of artificial scents, Bowls with baking soda, vinegar, or lemon help keep unpleasant odors neutral without any chemicals. And what's the advantage when you let go of this myth? You save on expensive scent products, protect your health, and develop a finer sense for how a truly fresh room smells. Clean, clear, unobtrusive. Myth 10. Dish soap is suitable for everything. Dish soap, the secret hero in many households. It smells good, degreases reliably, foams wonderfully, and is therefore used everywhere, on floors, in the bathroom, on furniture. But here comes the truth that surprises many. Dish soap is not suitable for every surface and can even cause real damage. The problem lies mainly in the composition. Dish soap is made to dissolve grease and food residues from dishes, which means it contains surfactants that degrease very strongly. In the long run, these active ingredients can dry out or dull sensitive surfaces like natural stone, wood, or even certain floor coverings. In addition, dish soap foams strongly, which is helpful when washing dishes, but often leaves streaks and residues when mopping floors or cleaning windows. Many then think, it's not clean enough, but the problem is the excess foam. How can you do this right? Use dish soap really only for what it's intended for. Dishes, cutlery, greasy kitchen utensils. For other surfaces, there are special cleaners, often with a neutral pH value that protects sensitive materials. And if you want to use dish soap in an emergency, always heavily dilute it. 1 drop to a liter of water is usually enough. Why is it worth letting go of this myth? You prevent long-term damage to your surfaces, save yourself the constant re-wiping because of foam residues, and you use your cleaning agents more efficiently without unnecessary consumption. Myth 11. The most expensive cleaner is also the best. Many consumers stand in the supermarket and automatically reach for the brand products with the highest price because they believe more expensive means better. But here lies a thinking error that can really cost you a lot of money in the long run, because the price of a cleaner says nothing about its effectiveness. Often you're paying mainly for marketing and packaging. The problem begins with the selection. Many brands advertise with promises like extra strong, triple strength, or with active oxygen. Sounds impressive, but that doesn't mean they clean better than inexpensive alternatives or even simple home remedies. In many tests, discount store brands perform just as well, or even better, than expensive brand products. Even worse, some high-priced cleaners are over-perfumed or so aggressively formulated that they attack surfaces in the long run, not to mention the effects on skin, respiratory tract, and environment. So you pay more for less benefit and potentially more damage. So what should you do? Read the ingredients, compare test results, consciously try out inexpensive products, and observe what really works. Often an inexpensive all-purpose cleaner, in combination with home remedies like baking soda or vinegar, is enough to achieve the same result without straining the wallet. When you leave this myth behind, you'll not only clean more effectively, but also save significant money, month after month. And the best part, you take back control over what's really necessary in your household, and no longer let yourself be blinded by flashy advertising. Myth 12. Clean thoroughly once, and then you can relax. Many people think they could complete everything with one big, intensive cleaning action, and then relax for a week or longer. Sounds nice, right? Push through once, everything shines, and then take a break. But this thought often leads to frustration, and ultimately to more work. Why? Because cleanliness is not a one-time thing, but a question of routine. The problem with the one-time deep clean approach is everyday life immediately undoes it. Dust collects, hair on the floor, fingerprints on the mirror, crumbs in the kitchen. If you wait until it's bad again, you're facing a mountain of work again and lose motivation every time anew. In practice, this means small, regular cleaning routines are much more efficient than big cleaning actions. Investing 5 to 10 minutes daily in a targeted way That's the key. Maybe quickly wiping the sink in the bathroom in the morning, going through the kitchen in the evening, mopping floors once a week. This way, your home stays constantly clean without you ever feeling overwhelmed. And do you know what's best about it? You develop a sense of lightness. Cleaning no longer becomes a burden, but part of your life rhythm. No more stress before visitors come. No hectic cleaning at the last minute, but permanent order with minimal effort. When you let go of this myth, you gain more than just time. You gain peace. Because a clean home is no longer an exceptional state, but the normal state. And that's exactly what changes everything. You've now learned 12 widespread cleaning myths. And perhaps it's become clear to you. It's not the effort that makes the difference, but the how. Many of us invest time, energy, and money in household cleaning daily. And yet often the feeling remains that it's not enough. Why? Because we follow false assumptions. Because we think more is better, more expensive is more effective, or that you can get everything under control with one big action. But the truth is, knowledge beats effort, and who works with the right information cleans smarter, not harder. Perhaps you recognize yourself in some of these myths. Perhaps you yourself have long believed that hot water is the best solution, or that a strong scent is synonymous with cleanliness. But now you have the chance to rethink and keep your home in a better condition with less effort. My tip to you: pick 2 or 3 of these myths that you've particularly often noticed in your daily life and put them to the test. Change your habits specifically and observe what happens. You'll be surprised how much easier it suddenly becomes. And now I ask you, which of these myths surprised you the most? Write it to me in the comments. I'm really curious what stuck with you. And if you know someone who constantly struggles with cleaning or spends a lot of money on the wrong products, share this video. Sometimes it only takes the right impulse to finally go through life with more clarity and lightness. Don't forget, true cleanliness begins in the mind and ends with the right method.